Morning everybody, out for the morning walk in the countryside again, just setting off. Right, so let's address a few things. Let's get realistic, shall we? Like I say, it's not negativity, it's being realistic. So let's look at the local elections that took place. Were they historic? In regard to historic, in regard to a party other than Labour or the Tories doing well in local elections, yes, it was historic. Was it a historic turnout from the electorate? No, it wasn't. It wasn't historic at all. It was basically average. It's what you would expect from any local council elections. The turnout was, like I said, average. And that's where it lies. I don't want to take anything away from the people on the ground that work really hard to get elected and that sort of thing. My hat goes off to those people. And it wasn't down to Farage, Tice, Zayusif or any of the others why they did so well. It's because they've been campaigning for years in those areas to get elected. Just like the guy did in Clacton, the guy that Farage replaced on a whim, the guy that was campaigning for years, that put £8,000 of his own money into his campaign for Nigel Farage to kick him out at that last minute and parachute in a seat that was guaranteed to win in Clacton. It was polling to win even before Farage came back to politics. And then Farage made promises to the guy and said, yeah, I'll give you a job within the Reform Party and I'll repay you £8,000, and then didn't do any of those things. So yeah, my heart goes out to those people that work really hard to get elected, and I really hope they're going to do a good job. I really hope they do. I'm not going to take that away from them. For them, yeah, it was probably, historic for them with what they achieved, and I don't want to take that achievement away from them. A few other things, right? So, still regarding the reform and the local election results. So all those people that were quite rightly saying that it wasn't a landslide victory for the Labour Party when they got all those seats and they had a so-called historic win because they got a massive majority in the Houses of Parliament. It's the same for them. It wasn't that they had all these people coming out to vote for them. It was because there was a low turnout and they got a bigger percentage of the poll than anybody else. In fact, in the last general election, they got a less of a percentage of the vote than Jeremy Corbyn did when he lost against Boris Johnson in 2019. So it wasn't a historic victory for the Labour Party at all. And it's the same for the Reform Party. All you've done is you've just replaced one cog of the Uni Party with another. That's it. You've just swapped. That's it. It's not like there was a mass turnout of the electorate and they all came out and voted for the Reform Party. It's not the case at all. It's just not. That's the reality of it. It would have been a historic victory if, like, say, the turnout in the local elections had suddenly just gone up to about 80 to 90%, even 50% in some of the constituencies. That would have been historic, because that would show that people really truly wanted change in this country and wanted the Reform Party to be that change. It didn't happen though, did it? Didn't happen. And that's what I was pointing out in my last two videos. You got a similar situation to what happened in the general election. The majority of the Reform Party votes that came in were protest votes. I've had it in my comment sections, I've seen it in other people's comment sections. I've seen them saying it. We don't like the Reform Party, but we've got nobody else to vote for, so that's who we're going to vote for. That's what you're seeing in the local elections. You're seeing a flip from probably all the Tory voters that would normally go out and vote in local council elections, flipping to the Reform Party. That's what happened. It's not like all of a sudden everybody in those constituencies suddenly decided to go out and vote for the Reform Party. Just didn't happen. And that's the reality of it. And if you can't accept that, well, that's on you. I'm going to address a few more criticisms that I got. So people calling me centre left. I was centre left once, but I've been on a political journey, and I think a lot of people have been on a political journey over the last few years to a point where they're on the right side of politics, and that's where I am right now. And that what makes me laugh is when people that are supporting the Reform Party call me centre left. Well, they're probably more centre left than I am by voting for the Reform Party, because the Reform Party is in no way, any stretch of the imagination, a right-wing party. It's not a right-wing party. At the very least, it's slightly centre-right. At the very least, it's that. If it was a proper right-wing party, you wouldn't have defectors from the Liberal Democrats or the Labour Party being able to defect to the Reform Party. It just wouldn't happen. I'm sorry, it wouldn't. And we've seen that. Even Tories have defected to the Reform Party, and with their track record over the last 14 years, you can't really call them right-wing either, can you? So that's a load of bullshit. Calling me centre-left. Oh God, it just makes me laugh when people say that about me. It really does, because they don't understand. Another criticism was, well, you didn't go down to the rallies in London, the United Kingdom rallies, so you're only doing it for the clicks and the likes. I get that a lot as well, which is bullshit. So I put this to you, right? So if not being down at the rallies makes me not one of that lot or a patriot, then I guess you not standing side by side with me when I counter-protested stand up to racism on my own, I guess that makes you not a patriot and one of that lot as well, then, doesn't it? Your logic is flawed, it's fucking stupid, and I'm sick of hearing it. I really am. Really am sick of hearing all this crap about, oh well, if you're not voting for the Reform Party, then you must be a secret Labour voter. No, I've just been betrayed so many times by political parties that I'm just really, really cautious with who I put my faith in, trust in now. I put all my faith into Boris Johnson in 2019 and we got massively betrayed by that guy. I've never voted for Labour. Labour have just been a constant shit show. They've not been a working class party for decades, if not, you know, were they ever a working class? Maybe in the beginning they were, but now it's just a party of unionists and champagne socialists. It's not a party of the working class anymore, and it boils my piss when I see people voting for the Labour Party thinking they're going to be for the working class. They don't give a shit about the working class. They don't give a shit about us. They don't. Look at the situation I'm in. I'm working class. And I'm in a Labour government, a Labour local government in Chesterfield. What the fuck have they done for me and my family? Nothing. Zero. They've put people from another country ahead of me in the housing list. And like I said, the only reason that I got a house so quickly is because my son had autism. And then it took us weeks, if not months. We nearly had to go through an eviction from my house to get a house. So the Labour Party is not for the working class at all. They're not. These Labour-controlled local governments are not for the working class. And for the life of me, I don't understand why people vote Labour and the working class. I don't get it. Maybe it's because historically they think the Labour Party was for the working class and that sort of thing. But it's evolved. It's not part of the working class anymore. It's not. Look at who they support. You know, they're not for the working class. They just don't get it. Really don't get it. And if you're voting for the Liberal Democrats, you're a fucking clown. Absolute fucking clown. If you're one of Ed Davies' lot, Jesus Christ, there must be something wrong with you. Because that guy's, fucking hell, he's a sandwich short of a picnic, that guy, isn't he? Absolute maniac. I don't get the people. It's been like this in Chesterfield for ages. Chesterfield people constantly vote for Labour or the Liberal Democrats, and just boils my piss that people think that I'm associated with people like that, or I would vote for people like that, given the content on my channel. It's just, they behave like the far left. I'm having an epic rant, epic morning walk rant. It's awesome. Really gets the blood pumping. Think that I'm part of, I would vote for the Liberal Democrats or the Labour Party. It's just mental. Just look at them. They're idiots. I mean, these people, right? They'll not do a St George's Day parade, but they'll fund, with my taxpayer money, with my council tax money, they'll fund a month-long party for Pride. These are the sort of people that we've got in power, that are absolute fucking lunatics, that say they haven't got enough money. We haven't got enough money to do a bonfire night fireworks display in town, but they've got plenty of money to fucking throw up pride flags on every fucking shop in the town centre. That sort of people. And you think I'm associated with them? Then you haven't watched my channel, you haven't watched my live streams, you haven't seen what I've said, or seen me do the counter protests that I've done against these people. And if you did, you'd realise that if you think that I'm a secret Labour voter or anything like that, you're talking absolute shit. Absolute shit. Anyway, I've been venting enough. This video is 10 minutes long, but it's been great. It's been great to get it out of my system, because it's just so frustrating seeing it in the comment sections. These people talking absolute shit about me, and they don't even know me, saying that I'm centre-left or I'm a secret Labour Party voter. They just haven't got a fucking clue. And by doing that, they're no better than the far left, are they? When the far left say, well, if you're not voting for Labour, then you must be part of the far right. It's exactly the same fucking thing as that, in my opinion. It is. Look at this around here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Valley down there. Amazing. But yeah, it's the same thing as that. It's the same thing that the far left do. When you don't agree with them on the things that they're saying. Well, you must be far right, you must be a fascist. And it's the same with these fucking idiots that come to my comment section and say that I'm a part of the Labour Party simply because I don't support the Reform Party. It's either one or the other with them. And it's like, shut the fuck up. It's nuanced. Everything's on a scale, isn't it? You don't have to be one or the other. I can support the people on the ground for the Reform Party, the councillors that want to get things done, but I don't have to support the leadership of Reform, and I can't get behind the Reform Party because to me it's just part of the mainstream. It is. Nigel Farage, Richard Tice, Lee Anderson, they're all part of the system. They're all part of that system that is broken. And until we get people into positions like that aren't a part of the establishment, that aren't a part of the system, nothing is going to change. And that's the sort of party we need. It really is. Anyway, I've ranted enough. I'm going to head back. Had my morning walk and my morning rant. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget the live stream tonight, usual time, 8 o'clock. So watch out for that. I shall see you all soon. This is Vindicator, signing off.